What's up, Virgo? Here's your September message. Happy birthday to those birthdays coming up. Uh, anyway, I actually read Leo your message and your prompts because you have really good prompts. But anyway, if you don't know, if you're new to my channel, I've finally worked out this system last week. Last month's videos. I started it with each month going forward. I'll read 2 booklets. One book has the channeled messages I wrote down, summing up my messages, condensed to the most condensed form. And I put them in on ChatGPT to create prompts. So 3 powerful questions to ask yourself to help you deeply understand. You answer the question truly, you actually see the lesson. So it's powerful from both angles. You can really say answers and questions. One book with the answer, the other books with the questions. And yes, the Leo lady gave me that idea. I was testing out my ideas at my place I used to work at, and I kept running up to people, read both booklets to them. But they'd be drunk. They'd tell their friends, "What does he have?" He's like, "Oh, he got a book, one with answers, the other one with questions." And I was like, "Yeah, she's got the message." Yeah, drunk, tipsy, wherever drunk she was, I assume. Able to spread the message, so that was like perfect way to sum it up. One book with answers, another book with questions. I definitely didn't have the words. It was their birthday. It was Leo season. I think she had money stapled to her or something, with a pen. But anyway, here's your message. Virgo, I'm about to read Leo's again. Maybe I should. Keep trusting your relationships even when it's unclear. Details don't matter this month. Don't believe what it feels like or looks like. And then Virgo's message, your message is keep trusting your ability to find solutions through your perceived setbacks. Don't allow your senses to make you lose hope. It's working out great. Smooth sailing now. And here are your prompts made by ChatGPT, inputting, that message. First question is, what resources do I already have that anxiety is blocking me from recognizing? Second one is, what if my ability to adapt and solve problems is greater than the circumstances themselves? What if my ability to adapt and solve problems is greater than the circumstances themselves? Last prompt is, can I remain in my value even when the external situation is temporarily unclear? Very good question for Leo too, actually. For anyone. But the first one, let's see. What resources do I already have that anxiety is blocking me from recognizing? What resources do I already have that anxiety is blocking me from recognizing? That anxiety is blocking you from recognizing. So let's see. All right. I was about to say, we got the card across from you, Neptune. So Pisces, the sign across from you, showing up. So I think we're ready to see what this answer is. So. You got the right perspective in this position. And what What is anxiety blocking you from recognizing the resources you already have? I think it's the ability to actually connect, actually. I think exactly what I read for Leo could be what it's getting you to recognize, like the awareness. Now you being able to be resourceful, because that was a big deal, you know, solving the problem through perceived setbacks. So as long as you were accepting it was going to be unclear in these connections, then you'd already solved whatever emotional feeling you'd have having to get rid of that focus, or because this is about you needing to have the self-control to like diminish this powerful grip whatever the emotion situation has over you. So you have the right perspective. Let's see what we're learning. Yeah, it's about not feeling slighted, or you know. Yeah, when you play this spirituality game, when you do this spiritual work, it does feel like you're actually having game, running game, or just knowing game, or just how to feel emotionally, how you really could feel. That's more higher, So let's get to the next question. I need to write down that answer I wrote down. So it was Magician, Six of Cups in reverse, Strength. Okay. So what resources do I already have that anxiety is blocking me from recognizing? The anxiety is not helping you. Well, it's helping you almost, but you already see clearly that you have this opportunity still here, something to build, or ability to connect still, as long as you get out of anxiety, or out of needing to have clarity. So you have the resources of connecting, or this connection. Anxiety is blocking you from recognizing this connection, or the resourcefulness. Could you say a connection could be resourceful, or like reaching the depths? The situation is resourceful to reaching the depths. Okay. From recognizing, dare I say, what I said was so cool. A connection that is resourceful enough to reach the depths. Recognizing a connection resourceful enough to reach your depths. Depths. Yes. So your anxiety is blocking you from recognizing the resource you have, and that is a connection that is resourceful enough to reach your depths. Your anxiety can block you from seeing a connection that has that potential to be resourceful enough to reach your depths. But me, how I think all the time, I always reflect it back to me. only option. But I'd go. So that means I should be like resourceful as hell to my feelings, to any situation, right? To make that correct. That's what these readings do, really. But I always reflected like how would I feel, or would I do this? Is this right? Or, anyway, a little exercise. So that way I'm being devil's advocate for the situation, like always. Next question. So here is the next question. What if my ability to adapt and solve problems is greater than the circumstances themselves? What if my ability to adapt and solve problems is greater than the circumstances themselves? I love that prompt because it's like you're so resourceful, it doesn't even matter what happens. You're so prepared, it don't even matter what happens. That's what it is, you know. Beauty of going through all these situations and having to stand the test. That's what the work is worth. The work is worth all that. It's what the confusion's worth. Man, fighting through your own ability to misjudge situations. That was this question's hold on. What am I doing? These cards are for this next question. What if my ability to adapt and solve problems is greater than the circumstances themselves? Your ability to adapt and solve problems. So we've been talking about this whole time. Getting past, anxiety, to see the potential to have something so resourceful it can help crack your own inner code, right? Your little inner, anxiety or inner battle. And then get back into being so resourceful that even the circumstances don't matter. Let's see. So then it would mean you would look at a connection. As I'm reading this, it's like, yes, brings fulfillment, but, I'm also aware, how will this be made, real, So, a lot of potential here. This is about you, what would you do if you had so much resourcefulness, circumstances didn't matter. You'd still be able to go through it, even through this confusion, right? Because this is what's confusion. Because it's like, not 100% all the way on board, but for some reason it's going to work out. So when this card is in this position, for some reason I think of Aquarius, I think of Uranus, I think of breaking the mold, I think of doing something unorthodox when Hierophant comes out, even though I believe it's Taurus. So, because this person's doing it non-action, but it's inspired non-action, so. Yes, because there is some Empress in reverse, trickery afoot, emotions that were held on. This is causing a transformation right here. That is an ending. So dare I say, the circumstances don't matter because the history of why, but it is unclear. So, but if you're that G, you'll know there's real energy here. So that's more than enough to be down. So the circumstances ain't nothing if you're resourceful enough. I mean, Yeah, you're so resourceful. Hey, dare a heartbreak if you're that resourceful. You're so damn resourceful. Just risk your heart in life. You're resourceful enough, you might as well. You're on point, you might as well. What else are we doing this for if we're not the real deal? The real deal can do this, risk anything, come back. Put your heart on that line. Put your heart. Put whatever you put on the line. Your nuts, your heart. What if my ability to adapt and solve problems is greater than the circumstances themselves? The greater than the circumstances that require your heart? Question mark. I'm going to answer a question with another question, because if you're that resourceful, you can put your heart on the line. Who's that mad? Oh, I got to show you this, because this is when I was really, 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 really on that. What I call, I'm going to pause the video for this. Hold on. Here it is. So this is when I said I was on that. It's a book about Sufism. Hopefully I wrote it down. What I did was I just illustrated some chapters that really stuck out to me. It was like Sufism and psychology, I think. It's by a lady. But one of the chapters is about being annihilated in love. It says annihilated in love, divine love. And this right here, I illustrated this. I just drew it. So I put ordinary love, then spiritual love, right? That's teacher, student. And then compared to this is the deepest love, divine love, annihilated in love. So this, oh man. Got this level. This one's surface level, ordinary, This one, okay, a little deeper, teaching. And then you got annihilated. Damn, the name of the book, I think it's Sufism and Psychology, I think. It's a really good book, actually. Another chapter I illustrated. Let's see, love has its origins in the organization of matter. Okay. It's another crazy one. It's like, how many of them did I do? Oh my goodness, a lot of them. Actually. Like 3 of them, 4 of them. Okay. Oh, it takes. The epitome of love is when the soul has left behind the love of the world and has united with the heavenly beloved, reaching the most exalted state of existence. Bam. But I just drew a person walking away from a destructive world. So, yeah. One more if I get to the video by the Celtic Cross. One more question. And then I put, all it takes to be an expert is an audience unless you're an expert. The person wrote, forget all the senses. He's teaching the class. People are sitting down. And this guy's like, I forgot how to sit through all that crap, thank God. He's just walking out the building. She took forgetting to a crazy level. I wrote, if we want to know the truth, we must forget all experiences of the 5 senses. This is it from the book, I believe. And learn to quiet the chattering brain, the goal of the Sufi, meditation and concentration. So yeah, read this book. I didn't date it. I wish I dated all this stuff. But yeah, I really like this illustration more than anything. Probably gonna post it on my in a minute actually. Just a healthy reminder. who's out here repping, you know. And if you're that, you know, you solving problems like that, you know, you adapt and solve problems so much they're greater than circumstances, and why can't you just be, you know, on that? You know, are you on that? Are you serious about this spirituality, and yes, if your ability is greater than the circumstances themselves, you know, ability to solve problems and adapt, yes, is greater than the circumstances themselves. Is greater than the circumstances themselves. And yeah. Then the cool answer was then we can give it our all, give our all. Then we can give our all and adapt on the way, and adapt and solve problems. We can give our all and adapt and solve problems. If that's the case. If so, all right, comma, if so. If so. Yes, yes. Then we can give our all, adapt, and solve problems, if so. I'll put another comma. Okay, next question. Can I remain in my value even when the external situation is temporarily unclear? Forgive me, I'm just trying to give this powerful, potent message. You know, this is straight game, cheat code. It's unfair to have such a clear mentality, so ready for the timing you need it. It's a cheat code. It's just a cheat code. On this channel, Black Nerd Tarot, that's what you will get. Powerful message. I'm just here to arm you with the right perspective, the tailor-made perspective for you this month, to get more of yourself out of the month. An ace, because this is all a test. That's all it is. So, yes, last question again. Can I remain in my value even when the external situation is temporarily unclear? Got Leo's card again. Yes. Got the self-esteem. Got the right perspective to keep our self-esteem. Because now you got the ability to adapt to your own emotions. Trying to throw off your self-esteem with the senses, okay? So I'm glad I read that stuff. I wrote down from the book I read about. It was Sufism and Psychology, I believe. It's a blue book, but it's by a last name. I think a lady's name is Lynn, I think. Yeah, but yeah, she was comparing history of psychology with Sufism, which both really have the same goal. How she broke it down is way deeper, though. So yes, you can remain in your value because you can adapt to this self-esteem. You're just adapting to your self-esteem at this point. When it's unclear, adapt to your self-esteem. When unclear, adapt to your self-esteem. When it's unclear, adapt to your self-esteem. Or adapt your self-esteem to face the situation, because this is a card of confidence, and when you see yourself in the situation, then you know, okay, this is a perfect chance to maintain. So this means when it becomes unclear, you don't wave an inch. You adapt to yourself to remain still, to remain committed, to remain confident, to remain trusting. So when it's unclear, adapt to yourself your self-esteem to remain. The beautiful thing about my messages is that this can really still make sense for any decision, because it's about remaining clear. I mean, I always want to make sure my messages aren't steering people. It's just you clearly see the playing field. That's what I love about them. And I'm upset my messages. Your reading's almost at 30 minutes. I really don't like that. But with Leo's channeled message again, trusting relationships when they're unclear. You having all this information, these perfectly tailor-made mentalities. Let's get to the Celtic cross. Again, I'll read Leo's message. Keep trust in your relationships even when it's unclear. Details don't matter this month. Don't believe what it feels like or looks like. So let's get on to the Celtic cross. I'm not a fan of these long videos. We're trying to just get back to our missions called our lives. This is just a pause. You're checking your objectives. I'm giving you the objective so you can get back into the game. This level you're on right now. So, the quicker you get back to this level with the objective, the quicker you level up, track things. Because just having this right mentality is still going to help you express the you, invest into you also. So let's get to the Celtic cross. Present energy. Challenge. Detail number 1. Detail number 2. Detail number 3. You can read all these together. Yes, you're like, but my senses are telling me this. What's affecting you? How people see you. Hopes and fears. Mentality available. The mentality available, my bad. Mentality available. Outcome. The best outcome. Yeah. I'm giving you the game. I'm giving you the answer. I'm giving you. You understand? So. Okay. When you're okay living your life, that's good. Things are forming. Conditions are forming. Apparently. The right conditions are formed to where this is necessary. To make this necessary. To manifest or create this opportunity. All you gotta do remain present. Trust life so much. You have no second guess. Because the idea is kind of funny to think like this, but either way, it will be a victory. So, got this death card for the best outcome. So, hold on. Right here. It's transformation. Oh, ooh, hell yeah. Nice. Game is slick. Let's be legit now. Yeah, whatever this is, though. Alright, I see it turning out well. It's turning out well, though. I'll keep it that simple. Turns out pretty well. I feel like I'm just drawing cards till it looks good, but the spread looks good already. I said for Cancer's message, sometimes, you know, your emotions are a wrecking ball. I'll read that. I'll read their prompts to you then. It's just like Leo's, actually. The key was about standing on top of emotion. And you really have a good foundation. All you got to do, really, is like Cancer. It was, I'll read their... Let it be unorthodox by trusting yourself past your perceptions. So same thing when it's unclear, right? Like Leo's message. Yeah, see your emotions from a higher, calmer position. That's power. And dare to trust and find out. That's really, you know, the answer. Dare to trust and find out, really. So we're trying to sum it down to the most plain answer. So if you're so resourceful, you could just dare to trust and find out, ultimately. And that speaks to a powerful foundation. Like, that's exactly some strong, secure, you know, person. It's especially, this is your present energy, so there's nothing really fake about this. This is real energy. This is real vibe. So there's nothing. That's the beauty of it too, because it never goes unpaid back. There's a saying, you can't kill or destroy energy. Good energy put out never goes unpaid. So that's the, especially, trust me, I know, tell a good joke, doesn't get a laugh, or, you know, you give your emotions and they might not be received, you know, the way you thought. And the reality of it is, hey, it's not, you know, the world's an audience. This life's one big stage, and it's gonna make sense somewhere. Somewhere it helped out someone else realize, you know, something simple about their own emotions. Like, you know, giving it away should be like water or currency. You should just give it away because it just looks good to express yourself, giving good emotion anyway. And then to just really give away this emotion, think about it. You control how you give it away or let it be, or how I say. You have the longest video. Let me get off the camera. So, if we could sum up what the message was, all you're doing is just trusting yourself, daring to trust and find out, but also, you know, daring to invest in these emotions and see what comes back, because you're so resourceful anyway. I mean, you're so resourceful anyway, you might as well. I mean, what's the point of being so resourceful and not putting yourself on the line to see how resourceful you are. You're just talking all this game and all this noise, and dare to put yourself in that situation because you're resourceful enough anyway. So fuck it. Dare to not worry in a situation that looks deceptive, because I mean, hell, what else can you lose? You'll land on your feet. Later.